Hello everyone, this is a fun get ready with me video. I usually listen to a podcast. This is the Brant and Cherry Oddcast. I love it. They're hilarious. So I'm listening to that as I'm getting ready. This is kind of like a toner that I spray on my face. It's made out of oatmeal, like oatmeal water. Super natural, very refreshing. It has it in Spanish because, hello, I live in Spain. This is the moisturizer that I put on. It's made out of snail secretion, I think. Anyways, it's really healthy. It's good for the skin. It's kind of K-beauty, Korean beauty. I love it. And this is also my kind of moisturizer, but SPF that I put on before I apply my foundation. So this kind of works like a primer as well. And so, okay, so first things first, here is my foundation. It is a L'Oreal Infallible. I love it. It's still kind of like my summer shade. I might have to adjust the shading. It's a little dark, but I can get away with wearing it still. So I love the foundation because it lasts the entire day and it just looks very natural on the skin. I look super yellow, but I think it's just a camera because it doesn't look that yellow in real life. I promise you all. So I am applying it now with my brush. And now I'm gonna apply my concealer. I have a whole video on how I apply my concealer. I can link it below so you can check it out. But this concealer not only conceals, it also brightens up. So I put it in specific areas in my face so I can, just brighten up a few areas. I'm gonna let it sit there and set for a little bit while I apply my, or just fill in my brows. I use just like a basic brown powder to fill in my brows. I love the powder because it makes it look just more natural, I think. And I find that if I let my concealer kind of sit there for a bit and harden a little bit, it helps with creasing and it actually blends out better and it stays longer. And so, just as long as it's not super duper watery, I think it's a trick. So now I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with my fingers. The fingers is just the best way to blend out any concealer because of the warmth of your fingers really like help it really melt into the skin. And so I go ahead and just blend it out with my fingers here on the sides to kind of brighten up those areas. With the foundation, you are really kind of just washing out your entire face. So it's important to add some more dimension to your face. That's why I choose a concealer that's a little lighter to kind of brighten up those areas as well and make you look more awake and more alive. So like I said, I have a whole video and I walk you through why I apply this amount and where as far as concealer. And I'm also using it as a primer for my brows. Not my brows, my eyelids, I apologize. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and set it. Super duper important for you to set it because if not, it's going to crease. And we're gonna look a lot older than we actually are, so we don't want that. So over here, I'm just setting it with my favorite little puff. I feel like this really not only sets it nice, but it gives it like a nice little filter, and I'm just setting my entire face. So like I said, we are washing out our face with just foundation, so we want to add dimension. So here I am contouring. Not necessarily because I have so much to contour, but just because I really want to add dimensions to my face. Those natural shadows that we have in our face, I'm just adding those, essentially contouring. And so I don't look completely washed out with my foundation. Again, I'm adding all those dimensions. So I put it here on the sides of my cheek, right below my cheekbones, and also my forehead to kind of bring it down a little bit. And then lastly, I do it, I also apply on the side of my nose, again, to give it just those natural shadows that you would normally have in your face, so you could look a lot more natural. A lot of these techniques actually come from theater makeup. Now I'm gonna be adding in some bronzer. So they kind of do different things, bronzer and contour. And here I'm making myself look like I just was out in the sun tanning and just giving that nice natural summer glow. And so I love my bronzer. But yes, a lot of theater makeup is because the lights really wash out your whole face. And like I said, you're adding just those natural shadows to your face. So that's what we're doing when we're contouring and bronzing. This is one of my favorite blushes. It's like a coral orangey blush, and it's a cream blush. I find that cream blushes last longer on the skin than a powder brush, and so or a powder blush. That's why I love this. And of course, some highlight. I love a good highlight. This is a nice golden pinky highlight, so you can just kind of have that glow. And I've noticed that when I add highlight on top of my bronzer, it kind of takes away a little bit from, not the bronzer, the blush. So that's why I always, after my highlight, I apply a little bit more of that blush to make sure that it pops out. And it mixes well with that highlight and it makes it more natural. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add a liner to my eyes. And so I love that this is just a natural way of adding just more dimensions to your eyes. And so it's a dark brown, and I use this flat, dense brush to kind of just, add a natural eyeliner. So I'll do that to both eyes, and this is like my go-to. You can look still natural, but a little elevated with this natural brown eyeliner. So I mostly put it on every single day. And of course, mascara. I love mascara. This is like my ride or die favorite mascara from Essence. I think it's called the Princess. But just look for that black bottle and like that light mint green lining. It lasts the whole day, but I feel like what I love about it is that it gives me tons and tons of volume. And so that's why I absolutely love this mascara. I think I actually have to get a new one because this one is running out a little bit. And of course, we're gonna add some to the lower lash line to kind of balance it out and make sure they both look even. And lastly, I'm adding kind of like this pinky neutral matte color to the lips. We don't want it to pop too much, but just a little bit so it can look natural. And then lately I have been really loving like topping it off with a gloss that matches. It's the same shade. And that's it. That is my makeup for today. Fixing my hair. Yeah, I think this is like day 4 hair, so I might have to wash it tonight, but that's about it. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching and for tuning in. Just a few things I want to share with you all that I always do at the end of my videos. 3 things. Number 1, if you're on social media, you should go ahead and follow me on Simple Faith by Annie. I go ahead and post a lot more content there. I put a lot of everyday stuff. I put quotes, I put pictures, just more of my everyday life. So if you are in social media, specifically on Instagram, go ahead and hop on over and follow me there. Number 2, if you are not part of this family, go ahead and join us. Hit that subscription button and that notification bell, and yeah, you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And number 3, if you need prayer in your life, go ahead and contact me as well, either in the description box, in the comments box below, or you can just private message me or send me an email. All my info is down in the description box for you all to check out. All right, thank you so much. Love you all, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.